Did you notice what just happened? One sound, and instantly we all felt curious. Hugh messaged me. What did I miss? Every buzz, ding, and pop from our phones isn't harmless. It's rewiring our brains. It sparks curiosity, hijacks our focus, and redirects our attention. Teenagers today receive a median of 273 notifications every single day. If you're awake for 16 hours, that's a new alert every 5 minutes. Research shows that it can take up to 20 minutes for our brain to return to deep focus after checking just one notification. These aren't harmless pings. They're constant roadblocks to learning and thinking. Hi, I'm Shruti, a 6th grader at Charles B. Pearson Middle School, and I'm thankful for this opportunity to be presenting at the Seattle Neuroscience Conference. Consider this like clicking play on a podcast episode, except the story is about us, our brains, and the battle for focus in a world of constant alerts. My hypothesis is constant notifications trigger dopamine release in the brain's reward system. As a result, students' attention spans shorten, and it takes significantly longer to refocus after each interruption. But to understand why this happens, we need to look inside the brain itself. What is it about notifications that make them so irresistible? The answer lies in neuroscience. You've probably heard of dopamine before. Most people call it the pleasure chemical, but it's more accurate to call it the motivation molecule. It's a part of your brain that says, what's next? It drives curiosity, anticipation, and the thrill of seeking. Phones and apps are designed as dopamine machines. They hook us with the dopamine loop. First, trigger, the buzzer ping. Second, action, you picking up your phone. Third, reward, a new like or funny video. 4, repeat. The more you do it, the stronger the distraction pathway gets, and the more you crave it. Now, here's why teenagers' brains are especially vulnerable. The reward-seeking regions in the brains, driven by dopamine, mature early, but the prefrontal cortex, the brain's CEO, responsible for impulse control and focus, doesn't fully mature until the mid-20s. This mismatch means every notification forces a task switch, draining the CEO's limited energy. Because of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, constant switching strengthens distraction pathways while weakening focus pathways. The result? Shorter attention spans, difficulty with problem solving, and increased anxiety or FOMO. To explore this, I conducted a survey of 24 students in grades 6 through 12 about their phone habits, notifications, and focus. Here's what we found. Most students reported 1 to 3 hours of daily phone use, with some exceeding 5 hours. The majority checked notifications within minutes, and many said alerts often interrupt homework. Some said they need 1 to 5 minutes to refocus, but several reported more than 10 minutes. Students feel curious before checking, yet remain distracted afterward. And most believe notifications can change how the brain works. This means students are aware of the disruptive potential of notifications and sometimes try to limit them, but interruptions remain common. Recovery times vary, supporting the hypothesis that constant alerts fragment attention and contribute to cognitive strain. One finding stood out. 77% of the students reported feeling curious or excited when a notification appeared. That uniform response matches neuroscience research. Dopamine is released in anticipation of novelty. In other words, curiosity itself is the hook. Smartphone distraction isn't about self-control. It's about how our brains work. But the good news is, science shows us there are ways that we can train our brain to focus again. Here are some simple ways to do that. Turn off notifications for non-essential apps. Set specific times to check your phone. Switch to grayscale mode to make it less appealing. Use techniques like the Pomodoro technique. Work focused in 25-minute intervals with 5-minute breaks. Keep phones away from certain places, like the dinner table, and charge them overnight in a different room. So here's the challenge. The next time your phone buzzes, don't just ask, what did I miss? Ask instead, what would I gain if I stay focused? Because the real reward isn't the notification. It's a power to own your own attention. Thank you.